Also, for me, you know, I'm feeling like this is a blockage with the Taurus individual. If you go back and connect with the Scorpio, there's going to be a blockage with this Taurus individual. Look at that. As I say, blockage. There's a blockage. I feel like you're blocking this anyway with this individual, with the Taurus individual, because you still have feelings for the Scorpio, and you don't see how to move on from that situation. I'm picking up. For the third, okay, I didn't flip over, so I'm not going to take it. The third one, what are the hidden things that I should know about both men, past and present? I'll tell you right now, if you didn't know anything about third-party stuff with this Cedric, it's plenty there. And I feel like you would definitely be experiencing it yet again if you try to reconcile with this individual. Nine of Cups, okay. And you know what I want to tell you? Somebody definitely is drinking. With the first picture, I did peep that in this individual's eyes. This person may be a drinker, and you see how. And I'm saying that because the Nine of Cups is a positive card, but it could also be a card of gluttony, excess, over drinking, over celebrating. Look at all these cups around him. It's only one person. He doesn't need all of these cups. And then also you see how they're sitting on type of wine barrels. You know what I mean? Somebody could be over drinking. Or not even just over drinking, they could just be overindulging in a lot of things, and they feel like it's fine. You see how he has his cup up in the air and he's cheering. Yep, definitely. And again, this is water, cups, water sign. This is a Scorpio, most definitely. I feel like with him, he's doing things in access, things that could be kind of reckless. Look at that. At the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Swords in reverse. Again, I feel like this is your energy. And when it comes up in reverse, that's the king. Any king or queen in reverse is someone who's indecisive, someone who feels like they're not grounded, who feels like they don't have clarity, who feels like they're not on top of situations in their life. And again, I'm going to say don't be hard on yourself if that's how you feel, because we all go through those phases, especially if you're an air sign, and we're currently in Gemini season, and that's an air replacement. And then also we are in Venus retrograde, which is in the sign of Gemini. So that can affect how you feel as far as love and relationships. Also, you can feel ungrounded and unbalanced in love, and a lot of people are, because retrogrades are always about uncertainty and things coming back from the past and not having clarity and just feeling scattered. So that would make sense also. So be gentle with yourself in regards to that. And I want you also to notice, right, of your 4-card spread, 2 of the 3 cards are upright, but the card that's in regards to your second question in Garden, Cedric, is in reverse. This is also confirmation, right, that this person is not going to be good for you. And even the card that's upright that's attached to him that I'm picking up is a card of access and just kind of being reckless a little bit. I feel like he can have a bit of a reckless personality. For the first question, is it meant for this new love, Muriel, and I to pursue marriage, or long-term commitment? Did this want to come out? Okay, so you got the 10 of Cups in reverse. Now, I'm going to tell you, that may sound like a bad thing, but we're still going to clarify, right? I feel like there's a possibility. First of all, like I said, look how many cards there are on the deck. So for it to even pop out in the first place, there's a possibility for it to be upright. I feel like it's only in reverse because you're not gonna be happy when I say this, but look at it again. Cups. Cups. I feel like you have the opportunity to have your happily ever after with this individual, but again, Cups, that Scorpio is on your mind. And it's blocking you from really giving this Taurus a chance. Because you're really still invested on an emotional level with this Scorpio. Do you see how these cups are hanging over this house? You can have this happily ever after, but you're still invested in this water sign individual, the Scorpio with Cedric, right? And that's why it's coming up in reverse. I don't feel like it's in reverse because no, it's not meant to happen. No, it's in reverse because you're still attached to somebody who is not going to be able to give you the 10 of Cups. Clarifying deck. Again, we have this your energy. Again, I'm going to have to say, because I'm being reminded to tell you again, be patient with yourself. Because it's going to feel like an emotional roller coaster, right? But again, this is major arcana, which means the universe is already here. You literally have an angel here. The universe is here supporting you through all of this transitional stuff that you're going through. I'm going to part the deck to get an additional message. Look at that. You're a Taurus. Page of Pentacles. And this is the Knight of Pentacles. I'm sorry. And this is something new. This is somebody coming in with an offer. He's not accepting something. He's extending an offer. And I want to tell you, I always say, with Knights, they're head to toe in armor. And didn't I say this person has gone through some things in love? And I said that earlier on when I was doing a description of him and the energy I pick up from him. He's been through some things in love that he feels like even he needs to be guarded, but he's willing to take a chance. Because you see head to toe in the armor, but his face shield is up so you can see his identity. If that face shield was down, it would be like, okay, I don't know if I would trust him because he's shady. But his face shield is up. So he's coming at you directly, being the person that he is, but he's a little guarded because he's been through some things in love. Nonetheless, he's still willing to offer you love and move forward with you. And that's positive. Last part of the deck so that we can shuffle. Yep. What did I just say? I said he has been through some heartbreak. Something that really hurt him. He just came out of something. Because look at how the cards are aligned. He's moving away from a heartbreak himself. He's had his heart broken, and that's why he has his armor on, because he's been through something. I always tell people Knights are either have their armor on because either they went through something or they're going through something that is challenging and difficult, and they feel like they need to be armored up to protect themselves. So he's moving out of some type of heartbreak, and even though he went through something that was very hurtful, he still has that pentacle ready to offer you love. Oh, wow. That's powerful. Yeah. Yep. Wow. I just seen the Three of Pentacles again, and I seen it earlier. Look at that. Both of you have been through some heartbreaking situations. And we seen this earlier, right? King of Pentacles in reverse. King of Swords in reverse again. And then you have him and his energy in reverse. You both have went through some things that you felt like was very difficult. And it made it hard for you all to even think about moving on in love again. But it's going to happen. I feel like this is where the both of you are right now. And you know how the saying is, your vibe attracts your tribe. The both of you all attracted each other during a time when something was difficult in your love lives, and you both were trying to heal. And now you have this upright again. I'm going to say you have some air placements in your chart. Being guarded, look how that sword is up and looking kind of stoic, and needing to move away from a situation but choosing not to because it's in reverse. You have the Six of Swords in reverse. Six of Swords upright is about moving away from something that was difficult and moving into something new. Came up in reverse. Right next to this King of Swords that we seen earlier, your energy. Regardless of what your sign is, even if you don't have an air sign placement, which I can tell you right now, there's some strong air sign placement somewhere in your chart. Just seen the Emperor again on that last shuffle. Marriage and wish fulfillment is definitely on the books for you. I'm going to move my candle. But only if you can get past this hurdle. Because, again, this is major arcana. This is your only major arcana in the whole reading that's on the table. So this is positive. This is absolutely positive. There's room for forward movement with someone. But, again, even look at her. The Chariot is moving forward towards us into the present, but she's looking at something in the past already. Look at her. She's not even facing us. She's looking at something to the side. Still reflecting on something from the past that isn't even relevant right now. And that's the energy that you have as far as this situation. Look at that. Absolutely. Because here's this cup sign, this Scorpio. He has his back towards the Six of Swords, your energy. He's moving on. Looks like he has a cup extended to give an offer to somebody else already. And then you're in this boat and going towards the direction of this individual. But this individual's back is facing the Six of Swords. So I feel like technically he has moved on. He may be even entertaining someone else. Yeah. Because even though, again, this is, this resonates with your energy. But if you look at it, you have a guy right here. And it looks like a female and a child. There could be a child involved in this scenario somehow. Let's get your clarifiers. Yeah, look at that. Everything attached to this water sign is like literally doom and gloom almost. And you see me shuffling, so I'm not choosing this. I don't feel like there's anything positive moving forward to come out of this situation with this individual. No. Because now look at how it is at the bottom of the deck. Now, again, and we had this earlier, right? Three of Cups, you see how he's looking down. 1, 2, 3 cups. Someone was in a relationship. That's what Two of Cups is all about. And then there was some third party interference. Let's get a clarifier. Wow, that flipped out quick. Look at that. Absolutely. So again, the Chariot. And then it's being clarified by the Queen of Cups. Forward movement in love. Guard it though. Because if you notice, she has this cup in her hand and she's studying this cup. And the cup isn't even open. The lid is covering it. And again, she's looking towards the past in this Chariot right here. Because what I'm picking up is that you may feel like you're ready for love with this Queen of Cups. You may feel like you're ready to move on, but you're still focused on something from the past. And so for the first question of the two, Cedric, Scorpio, and Muriel, the Taurus, who genuinely loves me, I really do feel like it would be the Taurus, right? Because again, I said earlier, I feel like this individual has some Cancer placements in their chart. This is the card of Cancer, and this is also Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I really feel like it's the Taurus. More than anything, I'm picking up the Taurus energy. Because even still, I'm thinking about right behind her, there's like this land and this earthy energy. And then you know how Pentacles, which is what the new love is, that Taurus is solid and grounded. And you see how she's sitting right here and she's sitting on this solid concrete, almost looking throne, and then right behind her is this lush land, and right at her feet there's this land that looks like growth, flowers and plants budding. I really feel like it's more so with the earth sign. I don't feel like it's with the Scorpio. I'm not picking it up. I'm not. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords. 1, 2, 3 people in this card. And I said I feel like you strongly have air sign placements in your chart. I feel like you were put in a third party situation. And now we're getting ready to clarify the energy for Cedric. Everything attached to Cedric has conflict. Five of Swords is heavy conflict. Everything attached to him has conflict attached to it. Let's get a clarifier for the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Look, come on now. You just seen that flip out. Again, all that shuffling I just did. Yeah, no. So as far as the second question, if Cedric returns, what is the advice on how to handle him? Cut it off. Look at that. Look at that. And you see how that just flipped out. And you see how the Nine of Pentacles is looking in the direction of the Five of Swords. And look at how he looks smug and arrogant, like he's happy that he got away with something. Or he feels like he won and he was victorious. And you see how look at how his head is even looking down. And this is in reverse. It's even looking down at her. Like he feels like he's won. I feel like the advice for this, what I'm picking up is, if you go back to this individual, he's going to feel like he can keep doing things the same way that he wants to, because he knows that you're going to come back. Or he knows that he can always have a sure way in. And nonetheless, there's always going to be other people in the background. Everything attached to him has like this 3 energy. Absolutely. You got 2 swords on the ground. This is the Five of Swords. You got 2 swords on the ground, but he has 1, 2, 3 swords in his hand. Everything attached to this individual has third party situations written all over it. This person don't even know how to be faithful. I don't feel like. Look at this at the bottom of the deck. 9 of Swords. You would be having sleepless nights, heartbroken, conflict over this individual. That's what you would experience dealing with Cedric. Moving forward, I don't know this person, so I don't have any bias about it, because I almost feel like I'm kind of harping on it, but everything attached to him says that, So it's not intentional, and like I said, this is why I do the cards on the, I'm doing this so you can see play by play that I'm not pulling anything. Anything that we get is being flipped out. Everything attached to this man is negative or heavy, For your third question, what are the hidden things that I should know about both men? I feel like there wasn't much clarity about the Taurus. I'm going to tell you what I'm picking up with him intuitively is, like I said, he's more emotional than he comes off as. Okay, we had something flip up. He's more emotional than he shows. And then also he has some self-esteem issues too. Sun card. Beautiful. And just as I'm saying that, the sun card pops out. That's illumination, and it's clarity for me that what I was saying is actually very much on point as far as the Taurus. With the Taurus, this person has some self-esteem issues. Now, you see how this is like a baby, but you know how, what do you call it, your inner child, right? This is what I'm picking up as far as that Taurus, that inner child. Something went on with him also. And like I said, your vibe attracts your tribe. I feel like he has some childhood wounding, the same as that what I'm picking up for you. And that's what attracted the two of you to each other. Also, as far as what's hidden about Cedric, I said earlier also, with this, when we see the Six of Swords, there may be a child that you may not know about, or a pregnancy that you may not know about, because this is clear as day a child. And that could be coming to light, or there could be somebody may have said there was some type of pregnancy. It doesn't have to be true, but it's something surrounding the child. He may be questioning the paternity of a child. And that could be in the near future, because, the sun is about the future. You may hear that in the near future. And then it's coming right up under the Nine of Cups. So there could be a 9-year-old involved, a 9-month-old involved, a 9-week-old involved. Or you could hear this 9 days, 9 weeks, and 9 months from now. I don't feel like it's going to go as far as 9 months, but something around 9 days, 9 weeks could be involved in that situation with Cedric. For your fourth question, is it meant for this new love, the Taurus, and I to pursue marriage or long-term relationship? At the bottom of the deck, you got the Six of Pentacles. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is him, Earth sign energy, Taurus. But I kind of feel like, that 1, 2, 3 again, I feel like you may also be putting him in a third party. And that's not saying that you're actually cheating, but keep in mind, you still have some energy attached to the Scorpio. And you, even though if he was even offering you love or whatever the situation is, you may be giving him crumbs, just a little bit of you, because you're still attached to the Scorpio emotionally. I know that for certain. And, even if you say, no, that's not the case, yeah, it kind of is, because, again, we are reading a reading between these two different people. So those two and you, that's 3 people. So even if this person was to offer you something long term, I kind of feel like, you see how he has these scales in his hand? Things need to be balanced you need to balance the scales between you and this Scorpio first before you can even move forward with this individual. And that's why you had a 10 of Cups in reverse. There's absolutely positively the opportunity for wish fulfillment, happiness, long-term commitment with the Taurus, but you're needing to balance the scales and balance things out between you and this Scorpio. And now I'm seeing a Devil card, which lets me know the energy between you and the Scorpio is karmic, and that's why it's a little difficult for you to move away from him. Anything regarding, look at that. Anything regarding karma, it's hard to break away from, because those attachments are strong. Look at that, absolutely positively. And I've said, I feel like you have some air sign placements in your chart. This is the card of Gemini. And then also, like I said, we are Gemini season. So during this season, it could be a big transformation between you and this Taurus. I do not feel at all that it has anything to do with this Scorpio. None whatsoever. And, this is also karmic, you and this Taurus. And remember, I was just saying with that Six of Pentacles that there needs to be a balance, and that it's like a third party situation, because you still are attached to this individual in some way. I feel like this mountain resonates a hurdle, a blockage. That third party is that Scorpio, is that blockage. You see how they're literally a breath's hair away from touching hands and connecting to each other. There's a blockage, and that blockage is that Scorpio. But the universe has aligned you with this individual, and you even have the Sun card right here, right? And you see how the sun is coming up right behind this angel. The universe, this is major arcana. Also, both of these are major arcana. So you have in the 8 card spread, you have 3 major arcanas, all upright, which is absolutely positive, which means things are going to move in a positive direction for you. But this person, the Taurus, is absolutely a soulmate, and could very well be a life partner, especially coming up next to this 10 of Cups. Even though the 10 of Cups is in reverse, it's only in reverse because you're still dealing emotionally with another person. Emotionally, you're still dealing with another person, but this person is a soulmate. The Lovers card, that's a soulmate. And also, outside of this being a card of Gemini, the Lovers card is about needing to make a choice. You need to make a choice between these two individuals. And that goes back to that Six of Pentacles, that lack of balance, needing to balance the scales, and not giving someone crumbs. Because this is already orchestrated. This person is orchestrated. The Taurus is orchestrated to come into your life. This is a soulmate. Look how strong and powerful this energy is on this card. And remember also when we seen the what is that, the Temperance card? You remember, if you go back in the video, how it had that red wings, and it's like this fiery energy. So, and I'm also picking up with that, it could be, it could be literally, yeah, okay, I'm picking up messages with this. It could be that you and this individual during Leo season, because it is coming up right next to the Sun card. During Leo season, the Sun card resonates with Leo and Tarot. During Leo season, you and this Taurus could decide to go ahead and be a couple, like sincerely validate things. Like, even if you guys are dating right now, I feel like it's not to the extent of where it can be by Leo season. Okay. And remember, I also kept saying I'm picking up this energy of 3. Got those 3 sunflowers right here. We are in June, so June, July, August, September. Well, June just started. June, July, August. Yeah, June, July, August. So 3, right? August is actually Leo season. We will be in Leo season in August. So in August, that could be very prominent for your situation also. Because I keep looking at both of these cards right next to each other, and you have 2 major arcanas directly right next to each other, and they're upright. You only have 2 cards in reverse, and 2 cards out of your 8 card spread that's in reverse. 6 cards are upright, 2 cards are reverse, not bad at all. But the 2 cards that are in reverse are connected to Cedric. And like I said, with this 10 of Cups, you know, you need to make a choice so that this 10 of Cups can be upright. Again, that Cups energy is making me feel like, you know, you need to make a choice between these 2 men. And I know that to be the case also, because if you look at the card, there's 2 women on this card. And even though there's women, you know, you can switch the gender. Point is, they're the same sex, right? So that means if you switch the gender and there's 2 men, you have 2 men that you need to choose. Lover's card, need to make a choice. You have 2 men that you need to make a choice about. You need to make a decision. Because if you're going to move forward with the Taurus, then you're going to have to cut off this energy with this Scorpio. Even just texting and talking and checking on each other. Because the feelings are always going to be there. I'm picking it up. The feelings are always going to be there as long as you're connecting with this individual. And I'm picking this up again. He could definitely be drinking a lot. There's an energy of alcoholism, overindulgence. And with the Sun card clarifying it, you know, it's going to come to light. I feel like you may know this already. Like I said, even if it's not drinking, it's something overdoing something. Something is being overdone. And again, okay, you got the 9 of Cups, but then you got 1, 2, 3 cups right here, 1, 2, 3 cups right here. Again, back to that 3 energy. And then even, remember when I said there's always somebody in the background, you got 2 mice up here. It's always something extra going on behind the scenes with this individual. That's part of one of the things that you were asking about. So go over all your questions before we end your reading. For your first question, of the 2, Cedric and Muriel, who genuinely loves me, I'm strongly going to say that I'm going to go with the Taurus, not by choice, but because clear as day, I said, even before I pulled any cards, I feel like he has some Cancer energy in his chart. You got this Cancer right here with the Chariot, and the Chariot is moving forward. That Cancer energy is moving forward, and it's positive. It's not in reverse. If it was in reverse, that would be like, halt, pause, who goes there, don't move forward. It came up right. And remember I said both of you two were guarded when we seen those knights. And she has her cup covered. There's an energy of guardedness. I feel like, you know, this is definitely his energy, the Taurus's energy. Whether it's Pentacles or not, it's the Taurus's energy. Especially with that Cancer energy right there. Because I feel like he does have that Cancer somewhere. Could be a Cancer Venus. So for your second question, if Cedric returns, what is the advice as to how to handle him? Clear as day right here. That's conflict. That's heavy conflict. And you see how he's even looking, look at that. He's even looking down directly at her. Like he would literally make everything upside down for the two of you guys. That, and again, those two, that background stuff going on. Mm-mm. And also, you know, the Five of Swords is about fighting. It's like the advice is to no longer fight for this situation. And even if you notice it right here, you see how he has two swords up. Excuse me. Two swords up, but then one of these swords are down, is in to retreat. The advice is to no longer try to fight for this situation with this individual, because you won't get far with this. You won't. Excuse me. Also, for your third question, and it's interesting because now my throat chakra is acting up, and your throat chakra is how you is. Excuse me. As far as your truth being told, that's also wow. Okay, wow. And my throat chakra is literally acting up as I'm talking to you. And the third question is, what are the hidden things that I should know about both of them? And my throat chakra acting a fool like this is he's not telling you the truth about something. Your throat chakra is you being able to tell your truth wholeheartedly without hidden agendas. He's not telling the truth about something. Wow. I mean, literally, my throat just started acting really weird. Like it was a blockage, and it's letting me know that some truth is not being told in connection to him. Also with the Taurus, because like I said, something he's suppressing, also some things, that some insecurities that he's going through. He can have a little bit of overindulgence also, this Taurus, you know, how he deals with stress and things of that nature. And then also, like I said, there could be something related to a child with the Scorpio. Something related to a child. And I know that because, again, you have 9 cups here, and I'm thinking about 9 months pregnancy, baby. There's something with a baby. Something with a baby with this Scorpio. Something with a baby with the Scorpio. So as far as that goes with Cedric, something's going on as far as a family situation that you don't know about. And then also, he's not telling the truth about something, because do you hear my voice now? Like, it's now that I'm getting past this question, it's completely clear. There's no interruptions because something is being hidden. He's not telling you the truth about something. Most definitely. And as far as the Taurus wants to be with you, has feelings for you, but he has some things that he's hiding some things within himself. And then also, I feel like for him, there's some insecurities. And I feel like just in random conversation, it's going to come to light. Because I keep looking at the sun again, like a light is going to be shined. There's going to be some clarity about it. And actually, I feel like it's going to, whatever it is you two talk about, this vulnerability, because this baby is completely nude. When you're nude, you're completely vulnerable. Yeah, look at that. And then the Lover's card, completely vulnerable. They're both nude. I feel like once you two let down your guards and there's this vulnerability between the two of you all share, it's going to make it so much more easier for you to cut off the Scorpio, because you're going to feel a bond with this Taurus that's going to be even deeper. And that can happen during Gemini season also, because this is the card of Gemini. Yep. He's not being as emotionally vulnerable as he could be. And that is a very Taurian trait, because my moon is in Taurus, so I get it. I don't willingly share emotions, that like deep emotions, because it makes you feel vulnerable, and you don't like that. You know, and that's a very Taurian thing, right? For your fourth question, is it meant for this new love with the Taurus and I to pursue marriage or long-term commitment? Definitely a possibility for it. Definitely a possibility for it. But you need to make a choice with the Lover's card to cut off either choose the Scorpio or cut the Scorpio off. Because if you do, this is clear as day, definitely. Like I said, look at them. They're the same sex. And even though these are females on the card, you would just reverse that energy. 2 males, same sex. You're needing to make a choice. And with it coming up right next to the Lover's card, that's clear as day what the message is. Needing to make a choice so that you can have this 10 of cups with the right person. Also, both of them are karmics. And even though they're karmics, that doesn't mean that you couldn't be with them long term. You know, karmics, a lot of people are married to their karmic partners. Karmics are not all negative. Karmics are just somebody that you aligned yourself with to reconnect with during this lifetime. You guys said, I don't care what's going on. We going to be aligned, and the universe is going to see to it during this lifetime. The universe is going to have a hand in it. And this is why I say, again, I feel like it's strongly connected, because this sun card, and then you have this heavy sun right over this. Yeah, this is with the Taurus, is things are much brighter, because even though this is the card of Gemini, like I said, you see all this earthy energy. It's like the ground that they stand on is solid, it's secure, it's not tower. They're standing on solid foundation, which means the two of you can have a very solid foundation to build towards in your union. And the only thing that's going to come between it is the universe and you two, because you all have aligned yourselves to be in a situation and connect with each other in the first place. I'm also going to tell you, you know, this is a very Adam and Eve type of energy, because if you look right here, you see how you have this fruit tree, and you have this snake like coiling up this, yeah. You see how you had a snake coiling up this tree? That snake was that temptation, right? And you see right over this card, you have this watery energy. This water sign is temptation. It can block it. It could be the wedge between the two of you. The Scorpio could be the wedge between your happiness. I know you have a connection with that individual, very strong. You have history with them, but they don't bring anything but conflict, honestly. And I know this isn't something that you would want to hear. No one would want to hear anything like that about someone that they love. You know, you would want to hear the opposite energy. But I have to be honest with you. And you see me pull every card, or every card flip out. I didn't choose any card. All of them flipped out. And this is what, you know, this is what you're being given. Out of 8 cards, only 2 are in reverse. And that's positive. Every single one of your major arcanas are upright. So this is beautiful, especially in love, because these are some of the most positive cards that you can get as far as love. Look how beautiful those cards are. I mean, beautiful. And of 2 of the major arcanas, 2 of the 3, these are the confirming cards. These are the confirmation, the clarity cards. So this is absolutely positive. Like this is, remember you kept getting twice the Wheel of Fortune? Positive things coming into your life. The Sun card is literally the most positive card in the whole deck of tarot. Which means that Wheel of Fortune was absolutely on point. Absolutely positive. The Lover's card, need to make a choice. It's definitely going to have to be you. If you look at him, he's ready.